Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Terrence back at another video. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys had a great weekend and hope your Monday is going great. Mondays are never great, are they? Right? Anyways, have you ever wondered why sometimes you go through phases in life and then you join, let's say, either a project or a company or any sort of a new job that you train for multiple years, and then you end up not liking it. I'm pretty sure everyone has faced it, right? At least in this generation, because of the trend, or because of what do I say? Because of the trend of following patterns of what other people are doing, right? A lot of people following footsteps of another people, and then they think it'll be a good career and such, right? It happens. It generally happens. But why does your work disappoint you? Or should I say, why is your work boring, or why do you not like doing your work, right? Have you ever thought about it, right? Apart from just saying that I don't like it, right, and it's boring, right? The first and most important thing that you need to realize is, as soon as you've realized that that work that you're doing is boring, or the field that you entered after your college education is boring, or let's say it's a new job that you took, a new job you're getting into, a new field you're getting into, right? Doesn't feel like it's right for you. The reason is it's simple, because it's not your passion, right? Um, the education these days do not teach kids to follow their passions. They teach them to do something big, do something big, do the right thing, study a lot. It's absolutely nonsense, and according to me it's a waste of time, right? Guys, your certificates don't get you anywhere. It's your passion that you demonstrate in your interviews, in terms of what data you can produce out on that interview, is what lands you the job, right? Especially a difficult job that you like, right? So it's very important that you realize that a job that makes you feel boring or is tiresome, or you don't feel like going to work or feels like work, right? The first thing you need to realize is that that isn't your passion, right? Now, for some people, for some folks, you guys will have to do some work like that, right? For some other reasons, to actually follow your passion, you need a side hustle, right? And that side hustle may be boring, right? So it can go multiple ways, and there are many tangents to it. But the first thing you need to identify is that if your work is disappointing you and if it's boring, it's probably because it's not your passion. That's the first thing. What is the second thing? Then what about that? What about the next one? I've actually written a couple of points. Let me decide which one to talk next, because um, I feel this next one, which I'm about to talk about, as to why the work that you're doing is probably disappointing you, or it has disappointed you over the couple of years that you've been working there, right? Is because it's not stimulating enough, right? And that may be mentally and physically, right? For some people, their passion may be pursuing a sport, right? And if they get into, let's say, a cubicle kind of a job, right, then it's not physical enough for them, right? Also, it may be mental but also physical, right? And for some people, it may be totally different. Let's say someone wants to, I don't know, wants to become a rocket scientist because you've been building rockets since you're a kid, just as an example, right? So that you guys understand, and then you, let's say, again end up in the 9 to 5 cubicle kind of job. It's not the right thing. It's not mentally stimulating, is it? Right? So the second reason why your work basically disappoints you, or your field basically makes it feel like I have to go to work every day, my boss is tell me do this, tell me do that, right? It's probably because it's not stimulating enough, right? Now, sometimes you may be in a field that you like, but there may be total dickheads around you. There may be total assholes around you. There may be total bunch of nonsense around you. Three bad words I think so, three statements. Not bad words, but not accusing, but it is what it is. You see a lot of this in the IT industry, right? Oh, I want to join the startup, it's been great. But then you enter and you check. The folks are pretty dumb, and I won't say dumb, I was like pretty lifeless, and they're just doing it for the paycheck. It's quite actually evident in the IT industry, people who, um, do their living or get into the job just because of the paycheck, right? But at the end of the week and end of the month, they are pretty miserable. It's quite bad actually. I think so. it's actually worse than the pandemic that has happened. I think so. It's this epidemic that's happening, right, of working because of peer pressure, or because I have to earn money, or because this job is as per my family's expectations, right? This is not a good job, and this is a good job that I'm doing, right? This is total bullshit. Trust me. Don't go with that. Go with your gut of what you like, and you'll not have to work every day. So if it's your passion, right, and if it's stimulating you physically and mentally, you don't have to work every day, right? You feel like you want to do it in the morning, right? Most people nowadays get up in the morning, they do something, and then it's like I have to go to work, or it's another day, right? Happens, right? So think about it. It's okay to do career switches. It's okay to change fields, and age is not the matter here, right? We've seen so many successful people, either drop out of college or do this to do something else. They became really successful with, because they really enjoyed it, right? Again, kudos to you if you like, let's say, a job that's deeply involved in math. To each one his own, right? But it may not be the same thing for everyone, right? For someone it may be like a particular sport, I don't know, playing the big leagues, etc., right? So please understand that there are multiple reasons, and the most important reasons that I found is, first, like I said, is it's not your passion, right? And the second thing is, it doesn't stimulate you physically and mentally, right? The third thing I feel that the reason that it could be is, actually there are 2 points. uh, you know the 2 points I'm going to talk about in one go, right? I have to really think about it, because some people have to work. That's a given, because they have to work, because they have to make ends meet. They have responsibilities, they have challenges, etc. But most of the people are living for the weekend, right? Living for the weekend, living for that one vacation in a quarter, living for that one vacation in a year, and it's not adding value to your spiritual or your life, other than just that paycheck being dumped, right? It's not giving you that inner being of, that I've accomplished something, right? For the people who join the industry that they are in newly, right, that paycheck will feel like they done accomplished something, but over time, right, the paycheck keeps coming. What else? What next, right? It has to satisfy your soul, basically, correct? It's basically like finding the love of your life, or basically the one that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, right? If you don't have that feeling, or if it's like, let's say, if it's it's an arranged marriage or an arranged job, right? If you want that, good for you, but, right? So if a job doesn't satisfy your soul, you're going to be living for the weekends, right? It's not going to add value to your life other than just a paycheck, and trust me, that will make you miserable, right? Ask any person in the world, right? Now, yes, you guys might be thinking, oh, what is he trying to say next? Like money doesn't buy you happiness. What if I can? It's better to we've all that saying, right? Uh, Ever since Facebook came out, there was this meme of, a long time ago. I think so, around 10 years ago. It's better to cry in a Lamborghini than um, in in a Suzuki or something like that, right? But is that really true, right? If I'm not sure if you guys know, right? There's a documentary or this study done. There was an epidemic of all the extremely rich folks. I think so, somewhere in California, San Francisco. Yeah, I think so. It was in Seattle. In fact, I think so. It was in Seattle. Yeah, Seattle. There was high mortality rate. Like, people were committing suicide, even though they were super wealthy and super rich, right? I think so. The government, or the world we live in, right? Um, it kind of tries to hide this, right? Because it's bad for business, right? At the end of the day, guys, you have to be really smart in terms of what you choose, or what you decide to do or not to do. Uh, if you're in a situation where someone influences you, I've been there, done that. If you have an inner calling, like a spiritual calling in your mind to do something, right, better for the universe, choose the latter. Do not choose the first option. Even if the freaking, I don't know, if it's 2012 that was supposed to happen, right? Even if there's an earthquake, don't do what people influence you to do. Do what your soul influences you to do, your inner being influences you to do. Trust me, a paycheck doesn't get you happiness. It does. Bottom line, it doesn't. Yeah, it may add some sort of monetary value in you getting few materialistic things. But if you've seen my previous videos, and I've explained multiple times, materialism and consumerism is literally the worst thing that can happen, has happened to our generation, especially the millennial generation, and as well as Gen Z and Gen Y, whatever you want to call them, right? So just to reiterate, if your work disappoints you, it's because of certain reasons. First thing is it's not your passion. Second thing is it's not stimulating you mentally and physically. Third thing is it's not adding value to your soul, your spiritual calling. It's not adding value to that, and you're living for the weekend. What's in living for a weekend? How long are you going to do that? It's going to come to an end. I get off to a tangent when I see, because it's really sad to see people doing that, right? Living for the weekend, or living for a bottle of booze at the end of the weekend, right? Whatever. I know this video has been a little draggy and has not been as energetic as I've been in my previous videos, because to be honest, I've been pumping out videos every day, so the energy has been a little low. I don't know, I may take a break of a couple of days next week, but I'm not sure. I'll let you guys know once again. For now, it will be daily videos. If you like this content, if it's helping you guys, feel free to like the video. It's a great indicator for me, or data for me, to understand that this content is working and this which is not. So a like will help, a comment would be great, right? A description would be great, and also feel free to subscribe. And if you don't like it, don't subscribe. That's fine as well. I want to build a niche audience for myself, and my niche is to help people out as best as I can in terms of my experiences, right? Take it or leave it. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow once again with another video, okay? Cheerio.